Hey Capricorn, so today we are going to go ahead and do your love reading. This is going to be for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Queen of Pentacles is at the bottom when I had mentioned that, and the Fool. Okay, yeah, so Judgment is beneath that. So I'm hearing that for a lot of you, this message and part of this message so far is coming up to say with the Fool, there's something about the blue skies and like the clouds reference. So it could be a lot of air energy here. I mean, you could be an air sign. You don't have to be for the reading, but there feels like there's kind of a clearing of a blue sky. And I feel like there could be a specific message for somebody that you are now ready to take some kind of leap of faith towards an opportunity which you didn't really take that opportunity before, or you felt that it wasn't the right time. There's a strong feeling here of the stars aligning is what I'm hearing. And I feel like there's a message with the Fool and how it's a zero number and how it's like a completely new clean slate that I feel somebody. I'm also hearing Jupiter, so there could be something in with the astrology about Jupiter. I believe there is. I just don't know what exactly it is, but I feel like they want somebody to know, if this reading has found you, that you are becoming more kind of surrounded by Jupiter's energy. And the abundance card is here actually at the bottom of the deck as well. And we just had that Queen of Pentacles, which I put back, but here it is here, Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like some of you need to know that you are free. I'm hearing you really need to know this, that you are now free, and maybe you've done something to kind of set yourself free. They're also wanting someone to know that this goes back to something within your soul, that you have a certain kind of original gift or a part of your soul's journey and spiritual journey that is aligning at this moment, because they're showing me a lot of references of like ancient energy, and I'm seeing dinosaurs, and how they're showing it to be is something which is like an ancient gift within you, or if it's not like a specific gift, it's just how to put it, it's something where with the Fool we can now explore that more, or we're ready to be fully in the flow of the abundance that comes from some sort of divine timing element connected to our soul's purpose. But let's see a little bit more. Let's put these back and go into the reading a bit more. That could be a side note, or that could be the message. There's a really random side note coming up here. If any of you feel drawn right now to disconnect from electronics, I'm hearing, not just social media, but Spirit said electronics, or maybe some kind of protection from electronics. I don't know what that's about, but there's a feeling of someone maybe being guided to have like a simpler life, or to disconnect from social media, but also maybe just excessive consumption of any kind of electronics, you know, whatever it is, TV, things like that. So let's see. So Spirit, what would you like to talk about? They keep showing me that dinosaur. There's something with a dinosaur here. Page of Pentacles, the Chariot. And I feel like it has something to do with like an ancient and old energy. And I don't know where they're going with that completely yet, but with the reference as well of disconnecting maybe from electronics, it's like when times were simpler, not like, you know, dinosaur era necessarily, but the way they're showing it is something within how things can become just easier or more simple, and there's like a decluttering maybe away from the things that have blocked that path fully. Okay, let's see. Tell us a little bit more, Spirit, about this message here today for whoever this is for. What would you like to talk about? I'm hearing share your voice, and I'm hearing express yourself. What would you like to talk about for the viewers of this reading? We have the Ace of Cups. Okay, they just also showed me a bunch of people knocking at your door. Okay, Nine of Pentacles is here, the World, yeah. This could be, of course, in many different ways, but I do feel for a lot of you, if you found this reading, you may definitely start to see a lot of people and energies, metaphorically speaking, kind of knock on your door. It could be literal to where you do have a lot of people that are going to want to communicate with you, or if it's business-wise, for example, as well. Even if they don't knock on your door physically, there could be something to where you have more people interested in what you're providing. But it feels like this is a kind of a product in a way of your energy becoming very magnetic with this Nine of Pentacles here. And I feel like a jolt of energy as I'm saying that with the Ace of Cups. I feel some of you may be feeling, or you will soon feel, very like almost energized or vibrant. If you have not been feeling this way at all, this may not be for you, or this could be an invitation for you to do things that bring a sense of vibrancy to your body, your emotions, and also your physical body. Here's the Fool again, and the Eight of Wands is behind that, the Star. Yeah, there's a lot of like very uplifting energy, okay, with the blue colors, the blue skies. The sky is up here too, there's the clouds. And this card was at the bottom as well. We have conscious eating nourishes me. Some of you are, I'm hearing for somebody very specific, you may have been at some point in your life, you were eating very healthy, or you may have had a certain diet, like let's say it is like being a vegetarian or a vegan, for example. It doesn't have to be. I'm hearing that you're getting back to that now. So maybe you took a period of time away from that, or you went through kind of a rough patch in your life where you were maybe eating unhealthy, or there were certain unhealthy habits. It's like you're getting back to the blue sky feeling of wanting to cleanse your physical body as well, and just really be more on this sort of, it feels very like uplifting, like having more physical energy to do things and stuff like that. So definitely I feel with this Nine of Pentacles, I feel for a lot of you, there's just overall a feeling of overcoming a certain hurdle. And maybe you've been sitting at like the top of that mountain, and now it's like there's a sense of the final hurdle sort of has been overcome or has been crossed, and there's more of a sense of abundance that can flow to you without you going to seek it. Abundance in many different ways. So yeah, I feel like this is a main message for somebody. I'm hearing a confirmation. So this message in itself could serve as a confirmation. And it seems like the main confirmation from this entire thing is for somebody to know that, like, again, I'm hearing you're free. Eight of Swords. Maybe there's at times you may think that you're not free. And I don't know exactly how that will manifest or what that feels like for you, but in some kind of way, maybe you just need a confirmation that, like, you know, you've already achieved this, or you've already done something to get to this point. So you're no longer at a point where it's possible in a way for you to revert backwards. I think that came up before too in a reading I did recently, but because I feel with this Eight of Swords, there's, for some of you, maybe you've been battling a lot of mental kind of anxieties, or at times your mind can kind of twist itself to somehow to kind of self-sabotage you. And I feel like there's some kind of call that you don't have to worry anymore, is also what I'm hearing. So with the Six of Pentacles here, see, there's things being given back to you now. So I feel like it's like you don't have to worry. You're free. That's like the main message so far. You don't have to worry, you are free. So maybe this is something specific that you've been thinking that, how to put this? I don't know, somehow a feeling that with the Eight of Swords, there's like a block that you think is still there, but is not actually there anymore. It's only coming from a block that you think is still there. How to put that more that makes sense. It's like you don't have to control things anymore so much. You don't have to try to put things in order, or to mentally create situations or scenarios which are not there, you know. So yeah, let's pull a few more cards here. tell us a little bit more, Spirit. What would you like to say? I'm being shown a bunch of, looks like Black Panthers, other big cat energies, and they're almost like standing around you in a circle. And I'm hearing this is associated with the feeling of protection of your guides here coming through to say that, you know, again, it's safe for you to progress and to move forward because you are being protected from something which affected you at some point mentally, which was coming from your own. It's like a power feeling, like your guides coming in here, or these animal spirits, to say that you're more powerful than you think, and they want you to really claim that power for you to overcome any lingering kind of fears that would prevent you from the full exploration and positive experiences coming in with that knocking on the door reference. I feel for a lot of you with the Six of Pentacles here on a more on a level that I feel would be in your day-to-day life. You know, it could be that this is going to be people that want something from you, but in a way that would benefit you as well, not just like to take from you. It would be more so of some kind of reciprocation or reciprocal energy, like I said, clients maybe, or a lot more people that want to do things for you that they didn't do before, or people who see you in a light that maybe you didn't feel seen in that way in the past. So just a lot more of things kind of reaching you in many ways. What else, Spirit, would you like to say for this message? Yeah, they're showing me somebody getting off of a plane. They've landed and then they're getting off the plane, getting their baggage, and they're getting ready to create that life in that new destination. So that could be for some Nine of Swords. Here's the Queen of Wands at the bottom. The Tower is beneath that. Yeah, this feels kind of like this is extremely similar to a collective reading I did. I just don't remember which one it was, but I was mentioning something about how there's like a back and forth pull. I think it was the last one I did, so this could be still the energy that we're in, or like an extension of it. But they're showing me the reference of kind of at times you may be pulled backwards, but I feel like with the Tower and the Queen of Wands, you're actually being pushed. You're being pushed forward though right now, and it's in a way for you to somehow be this magnetic Queen of Wands, you know, or King of Wands as well, regardless of the gender. But it feels like, I keep hearing that, like, you don't have to worry. So I don't know if you're worried about something with this Nine of Swords, or it could even be that maybe it's not that you're worried about something in specific. It could even just be that you're worried that, you know, maybe you don't, that maybe something here that you're worried that maybe you don't deserve the Six of Pentacles maybe, or that it's like I feel like you're still holding on to something out of comfort, but it may not even be anything tangible that you're holding on to. It could just be that the time has come to kind of let go now, and maybe you're still resisting that on some level, because from the beginning of the reading they kept wanting to mention this abundance. It says, prepare yourself for incoming abundance, release any mental blocks you may have. So yeah, I didn't read that. In fairyland and human land, there's enough abundance for everybody. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I would say the message here, if this is for you, is that you may have been struggling with some mental beliefs and anxieties that perhaps you don't deserve this abundance, or that it's just something that's running in the background, like almost if you have a background app running on your phone or your computer, and it's creating some interference, and maybe at one point it, you know, really created a lot of interference in your life to where it was very damaging to whatever it was that you were trying to create, or your vibration of this Queen of Wands. But it's like that app in the background kind of has slowed down a lot or has not affected you as much, but it's getting to the point now where it's like it's about to crash with the tower. Like it needs to, you need to like X out all of those background apps, you know, metaphorically speaking. That's the analogy they're giving me, because I feel some of you, if you are here, this could be something that, again, is a confirmation I had heard. So maybe you need to have that confirmation that, I don't know exactly what it is. It's something that maybe just kind of in general, you need to have that confirmation. I'm not sure if it's something specific, but it feels like maybe you just need to know that you're safe now and that you have successfully kind of slayed the negative thoughts, that you've come very far, and so now is not the time to kind of give up or to give back into those behaviors that you once were comfortable in. Okay. I keep being shown a lot of people here, and I will get, as usual, we'll get some specific cards towards the end, and we'll get more deeper into the message. But I keep being shown a lot of people who are wanting something from you. And I feel like with the Queen of Wands, some of you also need to know that it's safe to be loved. It's safe to be not even just loved. I mean, it's safe to be recognized, maybe admired, maybe just, it goes from like friendships to romantic relationships to people that you work with to maybe just the general day-to-day friendly gestures that people, you know, are offering to help you, or just, I don't know, something about how you're getting back out into the world and being more interactive kind of is what's coming up as well. So some of you, it's funny because it took me, it's like almost 20 minutes into the reading to kind of get into the Queen of Wands energy of what the main message is trying to say, because I feel like that's how it is. It's like you're kind of having to go through a few hurdles so that you can really see yourself in that light fully. Like there was a little bit of debris that had to be cleared out first for you to feel deserving of that, and to, again, I keep hearing, slay the negative feelings or slay the negative thoughts in the background with that Nine of Swords. It's like you do deserve this abundance. You do deserve not just abundance, but for people to like you, for people to love you, for people to have some sort of exchange, I guess you can say, with people, and just from the universe as well. So yeah, I would say that's the main message, if this found you, is that you do need to know how deserving you are at this moment of this abundance, and I'm being shown that protection again. And actually, let me see. And this is at the bottom, the cat and lavender, independent. So I was seeing those Black Panthers. So definitely for some of you, there's a connection here to black cats and to just cat energy in general. Okay, this also just flew out. Now is the time to integrate all that I have gathered. Yeah, so all that you have gathered, see, this is a very similar looking image here too, of how they're looking down and they have the hands out. So with this person here with the lit up hands, it feels like some of you, there is something about receiving right now. It's almost like if you were to hold out your hands energetically, a lot's being received or given to you. So it's safe for you to receive. And with this cat and the lavender independence, the Queen of Wands in the traditional deck does have a black cat by her side too. So there's a strong black cat energy here. So take that how that will resonate with you. The black cat could have a meaning for you right now. And I feel like it's protection, but it's also something about your power and something about your, almost like in a way, your shadow. See, there's medicine in my shadow. It's like you're more powerfully stepped into your shadow so that it can become more of a tool for you rather than a destructive, like, thing against you. Because it feels like I was saying in the beginning, it took me a while to sort of see that, but I'm also hearing Kali, so some of you definitely connect with Kali. Yeah, it's like your shadow has a lot of power, and when we let the program kind of run on full on full speed kind of, and we don't have a way to exit out of that background program, and we let it run us and rule us, it does create a lot of blockages to positive experiences, of course, and abundance. And I feel like that's the message, is that a lot of you have maybe successfully, come to love your shadow side, or have just accepted parts of your shadow, or you've just done a lot of deep healing work within yourself. And with that Ace of Cups, it's like, now it's time to go out into the world and begin to receive now, because you've already done kind of that work. And so it's not that. That's what I was trying to explain earlier with the hill. You've already done kind of like the heavy lifting work. And so it's more of a time for you here to switch that kind of component off, that you're thinking that there's a lot of hard work, and more so switch on the receptive flow mode, because you have already completed that. So there's no reason to sort of go back and do it all over again, because that's something that you should be instead kind of giving yourself a reward for how far you've come. And maybe those specific bad habits can creep in sometimes. Again, it could be negative self-talk. It could be things that are not good for you. It could be that we did have the eating or the diet card before. So it could be small things like that. Like some of you may, with this Nine of Swords, maybe there's just, I don't know, again, I can't pinpoint what the feeling is, but it's some sort of method of like self-sabotage, or it's maybe something much more deep and subtle that is created in like this anxiety, or this, again, background program feeling. I hope that makes sense. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, I'm seeing a telephone ringing off the hook. Something with that. I want to see a little bit more, and it seems like there's a lot here, so we probably will do an extended as well, but let's just see. Let's keep going. What else do you want to say, Spirit, for this message today, for whoever this is for? Let me grab those cards that flew on the ground. We are all sisters and reflect the divine in one another. I trust the mystery of life. Okay, and at the bottom, I am on the right path and divinely guided. So we do have a full moon actually today as I'm doing the reading. So I do feel there's maybe even this full moon is really potent for some of you. But yeah, I feel like with this here, this is just saying with the Queen of Wands that there's a strong, again, like feminine energy here with like the cat. There's something about that cat over there. And there's something about connecting to, I feel some of you are being guided to trust the mystery of various things, but I feel like one part of it is like maybe the people that you interact with, or the people that are going to come into your life. This could either be people already around you, or people who, again, are like a part of sort of, in a way, the next chapter of your life, or the next chapter of coming out of this deep shadow where maybe you were more, inwardly focused, or there was something that you weren't kind of in a position to fully be confident within yourself in some sort of way. And I just feel like it's given me a very, it's almost given me like a very, like a sacred circle or something, to where some of you may can be connecting or will connect with very specific people who are a part of your soul family even. And again, I want to go into those specific cards in a second, so we'll get more with that, because it feels like with the, I don't know, with the fairy deck that I chose as well, that was gifted to me, that came in divine timing too, because I feel like it has something to do, I had to explain the energy though, it's like a lightness. I think I said in the beginning too, there's like a joyfulness or a lightness that's washing over here, and it's pushing you to like turn yourself inside out in a way so that you're more facing the outward world. I hope that really makes sense. Let's see. Tell me a little bit more then, Spirit. What else would you like to add to this reading? I keep getting something about Colorado. It's been like in the back of my mind and it keeps coming up for some reason. So I don't know what, I mean, I guess some of you here could be from Colorado, but anything else, Spirit, that you want to say for this reading? We have moon energy, so I was just pointing to that full moon. We have surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. So I think that was coming up before, that everything is okay, or that you are safe. I feel some of you, this color could actually be very soothing for you. So I'm not sure if it's like a certain crystal that is composed of these colors, especially like this color here, like this kind of turquoise almost. They're saying that here for somebody. And even lavender, even though it's not that color, but lavender oil, lavender color, pastels, something to where there's like a need for soothing of the overactive maybe nervous system or the overactive mind with that Nine of Swords, because I feel like this is, again, time to kind of like calm that down now, where it's time to come out of that and trust the mystery of life, which I think you've done a lot of work on that, but there may still be something where, yeah, they're showing me somebody hitting the speed bumps. You know, it's like we do have to go through some speed bumps sometimes to get there, but they don't want you to give up. You know, with the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords, if there's some anxiety coming to you about this lack energy, or kind of creeps up on you that maybe you're going to fail again, or there's going to be something that is not going to turn out, you know, well. Yeah, we have the friendship. So see, we have fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. Yeah, so again, I definitely feel that for a lot of you, you're being guided to new people, or just people that are going to be supportive of you, whether these are people that you already have in your life or not. And I think that some of this is healing the connection with maybe intimacy that you have as well, with that Ace of Cups that came out as the first card. It's like you're combining the water and the fire, the Ace of Cups with the Queen of Wands, or something about it of like, you've mastered a lot within yourself, but now it's time to share that with other people, or now it's time to like let the cup of love, of emotions overflow for you to soften that part up as well. We have look in a book. Whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words that you find will bring the insight that you seek. Okay, so I'm seeing that dinosaur again. Was I saying that in the beginning of the reading? I think I was saying that in this reading. I think, yeah, it came up a few times, something about a dinosaur, and I just saw it again when I looked at that card. So I don't know what that's about, if it's something, some kind of book that mentions dinosaurs or associates with dinosaurs. I have no idea what that is, but I think that what came up briefly earlier was something about the ancient knowledge. It feels very like witchy to me, something about this reading. So some of you definitely could be you know, a witch yourself, but this could also be something connecting with like, connecting with others for there to be more magic kind of in your world, and connecting with like-minded souls to create I don't know what that is. Create something. Let's see. Let's get some of these. I'm seeing a scenario here of somebody hopping into like a car, and it looks like, again, like a group of people, and then just going on a road trip and laughing the whole way. There's something about connection. Maybe spontaneity, doing things that are fun and adventurous, trust in the unknown, trust in the mystery of life, like not holding yourself back when it comes to opening up new beginnings, with being on the right track. Yeah, so the love card is beneath that. Because I feel for some of you watching this, if this is for you, you may have spent a lot of time alone. Like maybe it's been a long part of your life, or maybe you've been very isolated, or maybe you have just not connected with many people. There's something about how it's time for you to again start to connect more with other people, and that part of your heart is like thawing in a way. And I think that for some, that could be where the anxiety may come in for a few of you, where maybe you start to think that you're not worthy of connection, or it's a subconscious or unconscious thing. So there's that like soothing effect of softening into love and into harmonious atmospheres and friendships. What else, Spirit, would you like to say for this reading? I'm hearing, in life there is no guarantees. We have loyalty, the Hound and the Pair. I'm noticing at the bottom we have the Vulture and the Asphodel, upheaval. And we just had the Tower that came up here in the beginning. Yeah, so this is a lot to do with what I have said here with the loyalty card and the friendship and the connections. Yeah, I feel some of you starting over, the snake and the fern. I keep being shown this would represent almost like a milestone for you in terms of, most likely this is like about connections, most of it. Even if you're connecting with people in work and different energies, it's not just limited to like friendships. It's just sort of, it's just like your day-to-day interactions with people, or the work that you do, or how the exchanges of people around you and the situations that you encounter are becoming different. And it almost marks a milestone for you with this starting over. Like at this particular moment, and maybe something astrologically, I think I was hearing Jupiter too. So if there is something going on with Jupiter, I feel like this is also playing a part in helping you to start your life over in a way where, again, somehow it marks like a milestone. And I've actually been having this sensation, I don't know if maybe some of you have also been feeling this, but I would say for the last like couple of weeks, I feel like I've been taken back to a certain timeline in my life. Probably like about 2015, 2012, 2014, like those years. And that it was only like a day or two that it kind of lasted, but it almost like took me back into that for healing purposes. And I almost feel like this is coming up for me to say, because some of you may have had a similar experience. Either you've had that happen to you, it doesn't have to be those years, but there could have been something recently, especially where you've been almost either brought back to something to look at it, or just a feeling that you've been having, or maybe it's a feeling that you're outgrowing those things. And so you're beginning to see the stark difference of like that time period in your life versus now. And that they're connecting it to almost like if you were to have someone were to put a line in this current timeline and like mark it and say that everything behind that line you've successfully like either been through that already, you've cleared that, something is complete with that cycle, and so now everything on the right side of the line is like the new situations and people and friendships that are most likely going to be very different than that point of your life, but in some ways they could parallel each other too. I hope that makes sense, because it's almost like a feeling to where maybe some of you are getting back to yourself that you lost for a period of time, maybe like a dark night of the soul even. And yes, there could be resurrections of certain people, certain friendships as well, because it wasn't ever about the friendships or the people themselves. It was more about you and them, and like how you both were mirroring each other. So basically, I feel that that's what they were also trying to say earlier with the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords, is that maybe, you know, again, in the back of your mind, you may think or worry that maybe the same things were to happen to you if you were to develop this relationship or to move into the unknown and connect with new people. But I feel like this is actually you starting over in your life now. That part is gone. It's no longer defining who you are with that Queen of Wands. Like you've done enough to be okay now to connect and to experience. And they want me to point this out too. With that moon, I am on the right path and divinely guided. That I feel like your intuition is also very strong right now. And with that Queen of Wands, again, I think for a lot of you who align with this, you definitely, I'm getting like Scorpio energy. It doesn't matter the sign, but I'm just, the strongest ones I'm intuitively picking up on is Scorpio. Could be Pisces, but Leo is coming up to me as well. Mainly Scorpio and Leo for some reason, but again, you don't have to be those signs. But there's like a... No, I forgot what I was saying. Let's pull some of these and then we'll get some specific cards. Anything else, Spirit, that you want to say here to the reading? Oh yeah, they're with the Queen of Wands. Some of you don't have to be those signs, but you could be, again, into... like you're very connected to your shadow, I feel, your shadow side. So you may be interested or drawn into more of like the... kind of quote darker things, or you may be drawn to, it's just that you have like a dark power to you, or a strong power with the Black Panther coming up as well, and this black cat. And I feel like you can never be led astray when you're as powerful as you are and your intuition is very strong. I'm getting a very strong like divine feminine energy for a lot of you. Again, doesn't matter the gender, but it feels like you have a fierce, dark feminine maybe energy that you've developed or that you're developing further, but it's also connecting to in a light way, or ready to start to connect in that way, because you have, it's already under your belt, like the Queen of Wands part of you, the stuff that you've gone through in your life, the shadows, the difficulties, the challenges, and the wisdom that has come from that. You already have that under your belt, so your intuition, you can trust it fully. You know, there's no more of that maybe in the past where you weren't really connecting fully to your intuition. You may have thought that you were, but maybe you weren't. And so then it did lead to situations which had to happen for you to grow, like painful situations, but you weren't fully aligned the way that you are now to your intuition and to your soul. Anything else, Spirit, that you want to say for this reading? Anything else? Yeah, I'm seeing somebody coming out of a freezer, and they're showing it as that like thawing reference again, like you're thawing out. We have transformation, we have clarity, and we have home. With the home card, this is the same reference to me. For a lot of you, this is connecting to situations or mainly people that will help to provide a sense of comfort and home for you. Like people that feel like home, friendships that feel like home, could be your actual physical environment that may feel more like home, or you're finding that home. Definitely could be romantic connections. It's also the home within yourself too. It's that feeling of like the soothing effect again. That you're being led to collect this harvest now in a way that is deeply going to turn out to be deeply fulfilling and warm and complete, kind of, and whole is what it feels like. I'm also being shown for someone here that you may be really ready, not just talking about it, but like really ready to disconnect or to walk away from something. And this may be like the final time. Maybe you've gone back and forth with this. This is for some of you for a while, or you've tried to make steps of change or healing or recovering from some addiction or walking away from a person. You may have tried to do that for a while and it just maybe wasn't successful, or you found yourself going back. But I feel like with the clarity, that could mark that thing I was mentioning of like the line being drawn. Maybe some of you have found your final clarity that like there's nothing more to tolerate here, you know, or it's, if you're not aware of it, I feel like it's just kind of your higher self has stepped in to kind of tell you and to lead you towards these much more fulfilling situations, which are a blank sheet of paper kind of for you in that way. I'm being shown somebody here, some advice for you could be to go outside somewhere in nature and just talk about your worries. And it's like, I'm not sure, I mean, we're using the fairy deck, so some of you definitely could have a connection to like these nature spirits as well, because I'm just being shown somebody sitting by like a stream or somewhere in just the woods and just kind of like talking it all out, just putting your fears out there, your worries, and it's like they're being collected, they're being taken, they're being kind of the heaviness of that is being taken away from you. So this could be venting, you know, like venting to spirit, venting to your angels, your guides, because it feels like you're doing that in solitude. But I mean, it could be people too who support you that you can vent to those people, but I feel like it's more of something you're doing on your own. Because I just see a lot of you being shown this kind of smoky substance that has been stuck within you, and as you're speaking it out, it kind of releases from you. So it's like lightening you, lightening your load, lightening the heaviness that has prevented you from receiving and from connecting in a way. I just heard June. So there could be something here in June. We'll see what comes out. So we have, there will be a transformation within a connection in your life. The soul bond that you share will grow even deeper than before. So since I heard that I heard that right before that card flew out, that could be something that will happen in June for some of you. They're actually connecting it to that Six of Pentacles energy, to where you may even receive somebody who's going to want to reach out to you. I don't know who they are or what kind of connection it is, but for some of you, it's like there's a reaching out. There's a reaching out feeling. Again, maybe before you were not willing to reach out, or maybe you were not willing in a way to connect with somebody or to others in general. And there's something about that Six of Pentacles where there can be more of like a flow between you and a person, or you and the people that you want to have this connection with, or just the new people, whoever they are. It's like if you picture the energy exchange, if you have like both of your hands and maybe it was like kind of blocked before, or like one person was given more than the other, or there was like a barrier in between the flow. But I'm being shown now more of an equal and organic flow taking place with what seems to be maybe somebody very specific for some of you, but also just the people in general. So there could be a reaching out. Somebody will reach out to you, or in soul, people will reach out to you. We have a time of travel is near. Enjoy this time and leave your worries behind. So that's sticking out to me, leave your worries behind, because I do feel that that's what I was saying before, like it's safe, it's okay. So yeah, it makes better sense. I feel like this has a lot to do. Some of you, it could be physical travel, it could be that you're I was seeing a group of people going on a road trip and laughing together, so that could be for some of you. But it also feels like that could represent when you kind of get in the car, actually, or just how they're showing it, and you leave this worry behind, this Nine of Swords energy, or this whatever that is that maybe is pressing on you still. You will collect those people in your car, you know, those new soul family members, or that lightness of having fun and joy again. You will have that. But yeah, I feel like could also be like mental and spiritual travel as well. You're leaving this behind, you're going to this more warm location of the home here. So we have a challenging situation within family will be resolved. So for some of you, that could be specific. We do actually have family here at the bottom. There's that big full moon again. So there's something about a full moon. So this could be during the full moon. If you're watching this on the full moon, or any other full moon that we have coming up, there's something up with the full moon, or you may want to do some kind of ritual on the full moon. But yeah, I am being shown for some specific, you're tucking something away that was challenging at one point. I'm being shown it may be connected to your shadow side. So this may be something very personal for you. It could be some trauma from your upbringing or family. It could be something which is going on currently with you and your family. But I feel like with the Queen of Wands, you are having the courage to sort of solve that, or to, again, have more harmony in those connections, wherever those challenges may have been. We have a time of evolution and growth of self approaches. You will feel a higher frequency of energy surrounding you in comparison to the recent past. Yeah, so that's that Queen of Wands, that inner energy I was picking up earlier, that some of you may definitely start to feel that you do have a lot more like physical energy, or like emotional energy in a way. You know, maybe you're happier, or you just feel more enthusiastic maybe, or like expressive. Okay, so we have being mindful of your surroundings and the company that you keep, as you will be feeling sensitive to the energies of others at this time, which could in turn affect your vibrations. So they're connecting that to the Ace of Cups and to the cat over there, with the panther reference of the protection around you. I feel like what you need to focus the most on is how to keep your emotional world clean and purified, however you want to do that. We have tensions and hostilities may arise at this time. You can prevent this by withdrawing your energy and spending some time in solitude. Yeah, so that's going to resonate differently, but some of you may have some kind of hostility, or just maybe like, I don't know, some kind of situation with that Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, whether it's self-created and it's just coming from yourself. For some of you, maybe it's almost like you're creating your own tension or hostility. But others of you, this could be that you have a situation going on with somebody. This could be spiritually as well, but with the reference they showed me of somebody sitting outside and speaking their problems out to nature, that could be a way for you to help alleviate some of that tension, because I feel a lot of you are really moving through a time of transformation. Your beliefs may be challenged shortly as you find yourself in a period of transformation. What you believed was the correct path for you may now not be so clear. And with the Independence and the Queen of Wands, I don't know exactly, it's going to be different, but it's something with that starting over. Something to where your beliefs about, I don't know, your life, your family, yourself, maybe beginning to change. Or it's just, maybe even some of you are just ready to be, again, more of yourself, or more confident in a way. And it's time to integrate all that you have gathered. And maybe that is something that will kind of cause a ripple effect outward, or it will cause you to make changes which are necessary but could be difficult or could, require some rearranging. Okay, we have a heartbreak will come to pass. Someone will approach you with an apology. They can't be trusted. A friendly connection will bloom into a romance. You may feel an excited nervousness at this time, as it will bring forth an unexpected deepening of emotions. So I will do an extended. I'm just going to kind of do a free flow extended based on some of these energies. I think I'll keep these written ones out to see what more can come. I want to point this out too. A time of fun, adventure, and exploration with others approaches. You will feel a sense of rejuvenation as you embrace these social invitations. Because I almost feel like there's a jumble of things here coming up. Some of you, this upheaval or this heartbreak could be associated, or could be part of what the transformation is about, the tension. But I feel like with that Ace of Cups and this friendly connection will blossom into a romance. That's part of that Six of Pentacles. Maybe some of you, again, are kind of being encouraged to explore that and to allow yourself to deepen the bond that you have with somebody, or just those people that you can trust. So let me grab some charms and then we will go over to the extended. I'm actually going to do about like 10 minutes of the scrying ball, the bonus scrying reading. So we're just going to see what more I can pick up on specifically, and then we will do the rest of the reading, just kind of in more, whatever needs to come up more so about this reading. Maybe some love messages as well to see what some of this could be. But yeah, when I went to go get the charms here, I was getting for some of you with the Queen of Wands and this heartbreak will come to pass with the Tower. That actually could be where that shadow aspect comes from, because some of you are maybe being guided again to finally let that go, or to like let the heartbreak, like let it kind of hurt maybe, or to let it out, or to finalize it in a way, because I feel like there's a rearrangement of loyalty and connections, and helping you to purify those so that you can connect with more authentic souls and be more authentic within how you connect with them as well. So there may be something like that with the Queen of Wands, to where it could be painful, or could have been, but it almost like taught you or pushed you into that Queen of Wands energy, that you're now ready to show the world more of like your power kind of on that that kind of more shadow aspect, or like how you've been able to grow to who you are. So let's see some charms. Okay, so this is sticking out to me, the dolphin. There will be a deep transformation. So this, whoever this is that you're going to have this deep connection with, is likely somebody who's part of your soul family. With that dolphin, it also is that happy, joyous, light feeling I was getting. It could be a friendship as well. It's just something which feels like it's a part of, like it feels like somebody that you know. And I feel like that's something that will be growing or transforming. Okay. We also have the little frog on a lotus, or on a little pad here. So I don't know what that means exactly, but it's on top of this here. So maybe like having a Zen energy, or just spending that time in meditation, in solitude. We have a butterfly on top of that beliefs card, and we also have a crown. So yeah, I feel like this is saying that a lot of you here, this is about doing what's best for you with the crown. And it feels like you're in a position again of that protection, where something with that Queen of Wands and the crown, like, yes, your beliefs may be challenged, but they're challenged in a way that is actually transforming you into this more powerful version of yourself who can reach a higher status, sort of, or a higher self position, if that makes sense. We also have this little Grim Reaper here. So there could have been something in family which has ended for some of you. We have another butterfly. So this may have been a past situation with family. It could have been something which is the ending for some of you. Maybe you did have to cut a family member off, or a spouse, or an ex-partner. It feels like this is also the darkness of you, of what you've experienced, maybe due to family members or due to your childhood or upbringing, and how you've transformed from that to the butterfly. You've lightened that up. We have another butterfly over here on top of family again. So there could definitely something with butterflies and family, transformation in family. We have a rose. We have a spider. Okay. And we have Aquarius. So somebody here could be an Aquarius. There could be clarity surrounding an Aquarius. The spider. Why is the spider here? Something about your future. Something about clarity about your future. Some involvement with an Aquarius for somebody. That won't be for everybody. We have the two people who are getting married here in a union on top of this divinely guided, and the clarity, and this card here too. So yeah, there's definitely a connection blooming, or a connection which is coming together, or again, multiple people as well, friendships, things like that. We have a ship. So that could be very specific for somebody with this here too. There may be somebody who's going to approach you with an apology, especially if they're coming from or I guess it could be overseas, but if they're coming from a distance, or you live at a distance. Of course, that's not for everybody, but if there is something about you maybe moving away as well from somebody like that who you couldn't trust, or you can't trust, if you have an apology, there could be something with how this swivels, like it's unpredictable, or you can't fully trust them. It's unknown, sort of. We have the scales of balance on top of the home. So yeah, there's something definitely for somebody about your home life, okay, whatever that is for you. We have a fan. So this gives me a feeling of being mindful of your surroundings, keep things light, fan things out, try not to let things get too tense, or, keep things kind of not getting out of hand. We have this whale tail. Yeah, so a lot of you watching also could be star seeds, because we have that dolphin here and this whale tail on top of the self-evolution. And then we have a guitar on top of the friendship. So there could be something about guitar and friendships. We have the sun and Gemini. Yeah, I was hearing June. So there's something about June. Definitely for somebody specific, you could be traveling in June. And the sun is here. So it's going to be a very beautiful experience when you do travel. And when you do maybe move away or just take a trip in June. So I will leave it here and I will go over to the extended. And as I said before, we're going to do a bonus scrying reading to get some more specifics. And then I'm going to also pull some cards from different decks to see what comes up and what more we can pull from this energy. But I hope that this was helpful for whoever it was for. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and I will talk to you all next time. Take care and lots of love.